It's the difference between success and failure. Why is it that some companies are wildly successful? And why is it that 45% of companies end up out of business within the first 5 years, as Pat mentioned? I'm personally obsessed with successful businesses. And I am obsessed with finding the secrets behind success and teaching those to business owners so that they end up being successful. That is what I love to do. So what makes the company successful? It's actually pretty basic. It just simply means that you grow smart, and growing smart means to grow profitably. It's not necessarily bigger. Bigger is not necessarily better. You can have a lot of high sales at a loss and essentially go bankrupt, whereas you can have few profitable sales and come out way ahead. So we focus on better, not bigger. The first one, obviously, is to have a strategy in the first place. A strategy means having a plan. If you don't know where you want to go, you're not going to get there. There is no right answer as to what your strategy should be. For example, a client may want to open up a restaurant, grow it, make it profitable, and then later on open up a new one, and then a third one and a fourth one, and then keep expanding outside of the state of Minnesota. That is a perfectly solid strategy, and there are things that we can do to get this client to where he wants to go. On the other extreme, you can have a one-person business who wants to work 30 hours a week, have 6 profitable clients that make her $150,000 a year. And she wants to work with those clients on an ongoing basis, not get any more clients, not work anymore, and she's perfectly happy. That is defined as success for her. My 8-year-old plays Wii all the time, and his favorite thing to do is to build his avatar. And he puts together the hair and the glasses and the t-shirt and the shorts and the shoes, and he changes it, and he thinks it's hilarious. Bottom line is, it's a similar concept of knowing who your ideal client is. How old are they? Are they middle-aged? Are they young? Are they suburban or city dwellers? Are they interested in health? Are they interested in making money? Are they interested in traveling? Do they like luxury products, or do they like to contribute to charity and volunteer? Everyone is different, but knowing who you're going after is really important. Is to never stop innovating. As you guys know, the only sustainable advantage is innovation. No matter how great you are, no matter how unique your product is, somewhere along the way there's going to be somebody who's either going to copy what you're doing or come up with a better one. So at some point in time, you always have to be thinking ahead about how you're going to make your product or service better. The best source of information for that is going to be your client. If you listen to your clients, they will tell you what they don't like, what pain points they have, what is it that they wish you could give them that you're not giving them today. Price strategically, this is a topic that's near and dear to my heart, but essentially there are 2 ways for people to price their products, and I don't really like either one. One of them is to match your competitors' prices. That's not a good idea because your competitors may not set their own prices correctly, number one. Your product or service may not be identical to theirs. It may be better, it may be worse, and you need to know that. The second way to set prices is essentially to do cost plus profit. So if it costs you $10 to make a widget, you add a $2 profit to it and you sell it for $12. That particular strategy doesn't work as well either because it leaves the customer out of the equation. Your client doesn't care how much it costs you to make your product. They don't care. What they care about is it worth it to me? So strategic pricing focuses on value. Number 10, and this one's my favorite, it's move beyond the competition. There are times when you should break the rules. There are times when you should refuse to play the dog-eat-dog game. Do you know the story behind yellowtail wines? They come from Australia. They wanted to break into the wine market, and they couldn't because their wines were not sophisticated enough, and they couldn't compete with all the fancy French Bordeaux's and Merlots and all the California wines and the Argentinian wines. So what did they do? They said, you know what? Forget all that. We're not going to play in your territory. Your market's really small. Margins are really small. You only have so many wine drinkers in a country. I mean, you're not going to have too many more. It kind of stays the same. There's not much growth in it. So what did they do? They designed a wine for beer drinkers and for liquor drinkers. What do you think happened to sales? Through the roof. Who do you think bought the wine? Was it the wine snobs? Nope. All the people who like to drink beer and relax on the patio, they bought those wines. Yellowtail wine went into an untapped or underserved market and made a ton of money. So that is actually a really good example of how to do this. If you guys can figure out how to do that in your business, let me know, because I want more stories on that.